So guys, today we're gonna be previewing the Texas Longhorns. They ended the 2023 season 11-3. I think honestly it was a pretty good year. It was a pretty good year for them in the Big 12 last year. They made it to the college football playoffs. Yeah, Washington kicked their ass, but they had a pretty good year. I mean, they almost came back to win that game. Came down to the final play. Pretty good season. But they lose. They lose some pretty good players to the NFL. Their two defensive tackles, Byron Murphy and Travondre Sweat, they're gone. I mean, they tried fixing that in the portal with Bill Norton and Tia Savea, but you're not gonna get that type of production. That's why they were like the number one. It's like they were like the number one defense in rushing. They would just get to the quarterback. I mean, it was what those two guys did for Texas was pretty remarkable. Those two guys were low start. They were not even highly touted recruits. And yeah, I wish them the best in the NFL. I think Byron Murphy, he can win Rookie of the Year in his first year with the Seattle Seahawks. And Sweat is just a beast, bro. Who else did they lose? Oh, they lost. Oh, the receivers too. They lost all three of them to the NFL. They all got drafted. Xavier Worthy. Yeah, I don't know how you let that guy go to the best team in the NFL, but shit, I'm gonna be rooting for him. AD went to the Colts. Him and Anthony Richardson should be something. AD Mitchell has all the tools to be one of the best receivers in the NFL. He is so talented. He's a deep threat. Like, you just throw him the ball and he'll fucking catch the ball. Like, for instance, one of the best plays that they had last year was in week 2 against Alabama. Ewers threw the deep ball and he caught it. It didn't look like he was gonna catch it. Ewers just threw it up there. That's how talented. And speaking about Ewers, he's coming back year 3. One of the favorites to win the Heisman. He could be the number 1 pick in 2025. I don't care about this Carson Beck talk. I don't see anything in Carson Beck. The only reason why Carson Beck's gonna be good this year is because he was surrounded by good players. That doesn't mean he's a good quarterback. It just means he's just on a good team. And Georgia has won the last 2 out of 3 national championships. Yeah, it's fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what it says here. Texas preview. Okay, I can't really see this. Texas should be what? Nah, that's nothing. What I'm talking about. Okay, alright. So, what the fuck? Hold up. Oh, no. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to take out my glasses. It's just I couldn't see that shit. Okay, they have two quarterbacks. They have a pretty good quarterback room. They have Quinn Ewers. They have Arch Manning. Popped off at the spring game. Ewers didn't play that much. I mean, it's a spring game. Like, you gotta play. It's not really like anything big. I mean, he played one drive. Wasn't good, but it's whatever. It's a spring fucking game. So yeah, like I said, the top 4 pass catchers are gone. I just named you 3 of them. And their tight end, JT Sanders. So what they did is that they went to the portal. They went to go get Isaiah Bond. He was the number one receiver in the portal. They went for him. Silas Bowden. He's small, but he's pretty fast. Seen some clips of him. Like, this guy's like a return specialist too. And we got another one here too. Matthew Gold. No, that his freshman year he went off, and he can provide special teams too. All these guys right here are fast. Bond is fast. Bolden is fast. Golden is fast. Nyblack's just a big ass threat. Like you give him the ball and he'll make something happen with the ball. It says here quarterback's the biggest strength on the team. I mean, yeah, you have 3 quarterbacks that can be starting anywhere else. The offensive line, I think, is the best. Or not, it's behind Georgia. Kelvin Banks is an NFL starting left tackle. Like I said, he is gonna be a top 10 pick. And then you got the running backs, C.J. Baxter and Jaden Blue. They're gonna be good. Like, they might be the best running back duo. Maybe top 3. I don't know. Ohio State has a good one. They have Junkins and Henderson. Henderson, I don't know how he's not in the NFL, but shit, it is what it is. Like it's crazy, bro. Jaden Blue, most underrated running back in college football. You heard from me. He is the most underrated running back. You know why he's the most he's the most underrated running back in college football is because he's hella fast. You give him the ball, he can give you like 7 to 8 yards. Like, and CJ dude was the number 1 running back in his class. Like, Texas is like you think it was just for a year? No, this team is built for the next 10 years. Look, their defense, they might take a step back. That secondary was dog shit last year. That shit was ass, bro. Like against Washington, they didn't have a corner besides Malik Muhammad. They only had one good corner last year, and it was him. Because the reason why they were so good last year on defense is because of their defensive line. That's not going to be the case this year. They lose, like I said, Byron Murphy and Trevon Sweat. They lose both of them. What that's going to mean is that they're going to take a step back. But I don't think it's going to, I think the secondary is going to be improved. Because you got Jade, what's his name? I'm not saying his name correctly. Jade Barron, he's coming back. You got what's his name? Malik Muhammad. Malik Muhammad, he's gonna be on the outside. Javion Cole, the transfer from San Jose State. I think he's gonna have a good year. He was one of the best corners in the Mountain West. I think he was the highest graded PFF graded what's it called? He's a pretty good corner. Oh, in the Mountain West, he was one of the best. He was the number 1. He was the number 1 corner, graded corner. I don't know who. I don't watch the Mountain West. I don't watch any of that. So Ethan Berg, underrated player. Ain't gonna lie. He can be a first round pick. He's just a big body. He's hella fast. He knows how to get to the quarterback. Baron Sora, that's another one. That guy's been on the team for 4 years, another veteran. But I want to talk about Trey Moore. Trey Moore had 14 sacks in a Power 5 conference. 14 sacks at UTSA. He might be the difference in his defense this year. Anthony Hill, in about a year or like in a year and a half, in the 2026 draft, no, in the 2027 draft, he's going to be a dog. I think 2026. But Anthony Hill, man, that kid is special, man. Like, he knows, like, he might be the best linebacker in college football. If it's not, I would say right now, the guy from LSU, he's pretty good. Harold Perkins. But if it wasn't for him, Anthony Hill's the best linebacker in college football. I don't care what anyone says, bro. He's going to be the first linebacker taken when he goes out. When he declares for the NFL draft. The secondary, pretty fucking dog shit. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, you can just see that Washington game. They just threw the ball to Odunze. What's his other name? Jaden McMill or what? I might be saying his name wrong, but Odunze killed Texas during that game. So one of their corners left to the portal, like he's no longer there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to bring up his name. No, fuck it, I'm gonna bring up his name. Terrence Brooks, you were fucking dog shit last year, boy. Like how you're 6'3". You're built. You have a good like he's built like a corner, but he's getting beat by just like I don't know what it was. I don't know if they didn't develop right. That guy was a 5-star recruit, just didn't plan out there. He just like, oh, I'm gonna hit the portal, like, you know. I mean, I'm grateful he did hit the portal because what I saw in the spring game, he was getting cooked by Isaiah Bond. That's not a good fucking. That's not what you want to see in spring during the spring game. You're getting beat by someone that's only been there for 2 or 3 months. You know, he hasn't even been there for like a full semester. We're talking about like 2 months and getting burnt. Like, yeah, dude, I think it's like I wish him the luck. I wish him the very best at Illinois. Illinois is not gonna be a good team, but they know how to get corners into the NFL. I think for him, he just wants to get developed so he can go to the NFL. He does have talent to play in the NFL. Well, yeah, but the corner room, what do they lose? They only lost him to the portal. Who got drafted? Oh, Ryan Watts got drafted. He was alright. I mean, he would get burned occasionally, but he was okay. He used to play for Ohio State. But Jade coming back, I don't know if people know this or not, but that's a big deal. If he wasn't coming back, you would have had to go to the portal or something. You would have to go look in the portal. But nah, Jade's been there for 4 years. He's gonna use his last year, his COVID year. He knows how to play. He's very versatile. You can play him in the slot. You can play him at safety. And that's not even that's why I think the secondary is gonna take a step forward because they landed one of the best corners, one of the best safeties. Makuba can play corner or safety too. You know what I'm saying? So what I think the starting lineup's gonna be for the starting corners, Gavin Holmes, Malik Muhammad, they're gonna be on the outside, and inside in the nickel position, in the star position, I think it's gonna be Jade. I think it's gonna be Jaden Gilbo, and for the safeties, I think it's gonna be Michael Taft, Andrew Makuba, and Derek Williams. Derek Williams, he didn't play that first half against Washington, but when he played the second half, he was making plays. He was probably their best safety out there, and he was only a freshman. Like, not that much. Like, you're put in a situation where you're like, damn, I'm playing a college football playoff game, but they don't have experience, so it's like, you know, like they're very young. He's 18, 19. Okay, it says here, Texas is key to the season. Keep being a bear against the run. I think they will. I mean, it's not going to be like last year, but they brought in Bill Norton. He's pretty good. Tia Savea, they brought in another one too from Jeremiah Law, or I don't know. He was committed to OU. He committed a week before, and then he flipped to Texas the following week. I don't know. Crazy. It was that was crazy. Like, he committed to OU a week before, but they got Donovan McKenzie. So he flipped because he was not going to play there. It's a good defense that should be a brick wall, but to keep hammering this last year's run defense is asking a lot. I'm sorry, chat. Like, I'm trying to like take in, not chat, but like I'm trying to read this and like I'm trying to explain it, because it says here Texas allowed more than one rushing score in 2 games. 5 of the 9 on giving up on the year came in the 2 losses to Washington and Oklahoma. Yeah, that Oklahoma game was pretty fucking bad. Ewers throw a pick early in that game was that was just a bad game. There's no pun intended. Washington, your defense just got burned. Texas is key players to Tia Savea and Bill Norton. I think this is accurate. You know why I think this is accurate? Because they can come in and they can be the key. They can be the difference of them having a good defense or a mediocre defense. Pretty good. Norton is he's about 6'6", 6'7", 300 pounds. I mean, that's what you want going into the SEC. And like in the best conference in college football in the SEC, you want that. You know what I'm saying? Texas's top transfer, Trey Moore. Like I said, he's gonna be the best edge rusher on this team. Texas loaded up. Yeah, they did. They loaded up with one. If he didn't go to Texas, he's probably going to Bama or Georgia. Just biggest transfer out, Terrence Brooks. I'm sorry, Terrence Brooks, but you're fucking dog shit, bro. That spring game didn't show me anything. The only thing that it showed me is that you're a liability on defense, buddy. We can be playing. We're gonna play mid. I'm stuttering. My bad. We can be playing Michigan, right? And you can just get burnt by one of their freshmen. Like, I'm not trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, they should be fine with Votto. Texas's key game, Michigan. You're going into fucking Ann Arbor. Week 2. This is not the end of the season. This is week 2. This is like, this is a big test for this team right here. Michigan's coming off a national championship. Honestly, Michigan lost everyone. They lost their head coach. They lost their quarterback. They lost their running back. They lost everyone. They lost about 11 players to the NFL. I don't know who's Michigan's quarterback gonna be this come September the 7th. It might be one of the players that they have on the roster. It might be fucking what's his name. I'm forgetting his name. He's pretty good, pretty talented out of high school. I can't even. It's gonna be like, I think Texas will pull it out. Close game. Michigan should still have one of the best defenses in the country. Kenyon Grant, Mason Grant, Will Johnson, they're still there. Still pretty good defense. Got two defensive linemen. That might be the best defensive line duel in the country this year. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. That environment is going to be fucking crazy. But Texas is used to this. They went last year into Alabama. They beat Nick Saban. That we basically we beat Nick Saban. No, not we, but Texas beat Nick Saban in Alabama in week 2. In Alabama. In Nick Saban's last year coaching. It's crazy. And we beat them by double digits. Like this team right here can be special. Like it can even be like this year's team has the making of. It can have the. I might sound pretty bold here, but they might have a better team this year than last year. I'm not saying because last year's team was ass. I'm not saying that. It's just This team, they added a lot in the portal. 10 portal additions to this team. And all those players that they added have experience. You need experience in the SEC, bro. Let's see, Texas is top 10. No. Texas is 10. No. They're top 10. No. Dude, I don't know why it says here Texas 10 best players. So we're gonna go over their top 10 best players. Kelvin Banks, for sure number one. You know why he's for sure number one? Cause he's NFL ready. He's gonna be come next year. He's gonna be either the first one taken or the second one. Jade at 2 or yours? I think this is very bold right here. Jade Barrett behind Quinn Ewers, a Heisman a Heisman favorite player. Not player, but Quinn Ewers is like he might win the Heisman. He might throw for like 4,000 yards. But Jade, that's pretty interesting. It's pretty Arch. I mean, I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if Arch is better than Ewers right now. Ewers is quarterback number one for now. But if you go down Ewers, that's it. Arch is gonna take over. Anthony Hill, best linebacker on the team. Don't have to say anything. Trey Moore is gonna be the best edge on this team. Andrew Mukubo might be the best safety on this team. CJ Baxter, he's gonna be the best running back on this team. Alfred Collins should be pretty good. He should break out this year. DJ Campbell, like I said, should be a good player this year. So what I think is gonna happen is that they might win. They might go 11-1. I'm saying they're going 11-1. The only loss being to Georgia, because we play Oklahoma in the Red River, and then we gotta play Georgia the following week in Austin. They might be tired. They might be mentally drained. They might be physically just tired, and that's gonna bear well for that Georgia team. They might be coming in as number one, and Texas might be like, I don't know, like that OU game, like it takes it's a very physical game, you know, like you don't know, like if you don't know who's gonna get hurt, you don't know what's gonna happen, you know. That's what makes it interesting. But they're at Michigan. Michigan's rebuilding. Let's be fucking for real, okay? They're gonna be pretty good. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be dog shit. But yeah, Michigan, I mean, it might be a hard game because it's on the road. But I think they pull it off. But what I'm concerned about right here is Texas A&M, the last game of the year. I don't know about you, but Kyle Field is pretty fucking hostile. A&M in Texas, you're bringing that back? That's gonna be fucking crazy. Oklahoma should be a close game. Georgia, this either makes or break your season right here. I think they have a chance to beat Georgia, but it just depends how they're playing in that game. Overall, I think the schedule's not. I think they got an easy schedule for the first year in the SEC. I think it's very. I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy. There's a stretch of games that are like Oklahoma back to back with Georgia. That's a fucking what do you call it? That's tough right there. Okay, yeah, like I said, overall the schedule isn't horrible. Like I didn't even read this. I'm not even reading this article, and it's agreeing with me. Said the Texans win their total wins. Let me think for a second. I'll say 11-1. Worst case scenario, they're 9-3. They're 9. Yeah. If not, best case 9-3. I think they'll go 11-1. I think they're gonna go 11-1. They're only gonna lose to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, likely loss is Georgia. Yeah, they're gonna be depleted. They're gonna be like, I don't know why they did that, because I think Oklahoma should be good, but I don't know. Georgia just scares me, because Georgia's likely the preseason number one. They have Carson Beck. That defense is gonna be one of the best. I mean, that they have Malik Starks. They have everything. They might have. I don't know about the receivers though, but shit, they should be good. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, because it should be a pretty fucking special year. I mean, it should be a pretty good year for Texas football in 2024. I'm gonna say something that might spark controversial. I mean, it might spark a debate, like on YouTube or something. But I think Quinn Ewers is gonna go number one in the NFL draft. I think he's gonna win the Heisman. It's just, he has no reason to fail. He has all the weapons. He has everything. This team is a contending team. They're national. They're a contender. They're a national title contender. They are. They have everything. They have a good coach. They're gonna have a good offense this year. They have a good line. They have good running backs. Their corners are good. What else? Their safeties are good. Defensive line, that's still a question. I think with the defensive line, that if Norton and Tia Savea can step up, and I'm not even talking about the underclassmen here. I'm not talking about the underclass edge rushers. They only named 10 players. They didn't even, like, yes, this might be their, but they didn't name Colin Simmons. They didn't name Ryan Wingle. All these dudes. Let me see. There's only 2 that were not on this team last year. So make it 8 players that were on this team last year. They have 8. Only 8 players that played in the college football playoff last year. Like Kelvin Banks, he played. Jade played. Quinn played. Arch didn't play though. Anthony Hill played. CJ Baxter played. DJ Campbell was starting at guard. Alfred Collins was starting. You know what I'm saying? They have experience. So yeah, I'm really excited for this team in 2024. I might go to I might have to go catch myself a game at DKR. If you guys never been to DKR, you guys need to go catch a UT game. Even though it doesn't even matter if you don't go to the school or anything. It's just like it's an experience that is pretty good. It's not pretty good. I mean, it is good, but like the experience of college football is just different. And like their team, since Texas is like on the come up, and they're going in the SEC, that Georgia game might be game of the fucking year. If they go, if 2 of those teams, if Texas and Georgia are undefeated when they play in week 7 or week 6 or whenever the game is, like I know the game's in October, but if that happens, it's going to be fucking crazy, man. And I hope you guys like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.